Hey guys, welcome back. It is time for another episode of Ready Set Shop. And so I'm going to be showing you some products today that you might have an interest in, and while you're, running around doing your thing this weekend, they might be some products that you want to go pick up. So actually I'm wearing all of the products that I'm going to show you today except for one. And so the first thing I want to talk about is the dress that I'm wearing. This is the brushstroke dress, and it's actually on clearance. Now I don't have a good setup where I can do like outfit of the day and show it to you on me, but I will insert a photo of what it looks like here. And it's just a fun dress, a lot of color as you can see, and it's called the brushstroke dress because it looks like, it looks like somebody painted the color on with a brush. So a lot of fun color. It has this sort of brown trim around the neck, it has it around the sleeves, it has it around the bottom of the dress, and the dress comes about right above the knee. It's a professional length dress, so you could wear it to work, and it also has some seaming right at the bust, which helps to kind of nip it in a little bit at the waist, so it's not just kind of a sack hanging on you. So I've really been enjoying it. It's on clearance right now, which is why I kind of pulled it back out so that people could see it and get it before it's gone. And then also I pulled back out the, I think this is called the Lovable Stackable Ring Set. I talked in detail about this before, so if I can find the video where I talked about it and about why I chose it, I'll link that below. This is also an item that's on clearance, so I've been wearing these quite a bit, just so people could get it before it's gone. And this is, a bunch of separate rings that you can wear however you want. You can stack them, mix them, spread them out on different fingers, but there's basically two X's. Here's the little X's, two little hearts that are kind of X's and O's, and then there's also this little blingy one with the crystal in the middle. Can you tell that there's a crystal there? Anyway, so you just kind of mix them and match them however you want, and you can mix them with other rings too. So anyway, like I said, if I can find the video where I kind of talked at length about these, then I will link it below. If you're new to my channel, you can go back and kind of check it out. It's very humid here this week, and so there's just no hope for this hair. So just prepared for it to do all kinds of crazy things during this video. There's no hope. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about, I'm just going to kind of pull these out at random, is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, and this one is in Eden. This is the eyeshadow bases. Now you have to excuse my bottle because this is what yours will eventually look like if you buy it new. If you keep it in your makeup bag, the color does wear off. But I think most of you know about this. It's a primer potion. You put it on your eyes to wear it as a base. This one happens to have some color in it, so it's almost kind of a concealer color for somebody who is, light complected. It actually is lighter than my skin tone is right now. It helps to provide a base so your eyeshadows don't crease. It also gives you a color base so that you are kind of evening out, your eye color. If you're somebody who only uses maybe one eyeshadow, it's a good way to get a little extra dimension going on. And it also helps to kind of cover up if you have any, veining or any discoloration or anything on the eyelids, freckles or anything like that. It helps to kind of even out your skin tone on the eyes. So next I have one of the Maybelline Great Lash Mascaras, and this one is actually in Royal Blue. So this is one of these packaging with the bright green tops, and this is a Royal Blue mascara. Hopefully you'll be able to see the color. Oh, well actually on camera right now it's looking way brighter than it actually than it really is. It's looking a little bit electric blue, and it's a little more toned down than it's coming across on camera, but I'm glad you can see the color. Now, what I will tell you about this mascara is that this is not going to do anything for your lashes as far as lengthening or volumizing goes. It just isn't. This is just going to give you some fun color. And so I find with my lashes that if I put it on straight like this, I don't get the coverage that I want. It's almost as if it does apply the color, but it's almost as if it, at the same time, it kind of removes the product as well. So you get a hint of color, but you really are going to do nothing for your lashes that way, I think, for a lot of people. So, but I do find that if I kind of get in there with the tip, I kind of angle it and get in that way, then I get better application. So that's just something to know going into it. This is just a fun product. It's not too over the top where if you're wearing it, you know, people are going to be like, ooh, blue mascara, you know. It's just kind of a little hint of fun. It's something that you'll know that you're wearing it, and, you know, when you see it, it's just kind of like, oh, fun, I have blue mascara. But it's not so over the top that it's going to be screaming, I have blue lashes. So if you just want a little twist on your day, or you just want a little pop of color, you know, if your look is in general neutral, this is a fun way to add just a little hint of some color in, then this is really fun. But again, it's important to note that if you're looking for, you know, additional volume or additional length, this isn't going to do anything for that. It just is a fun bit of color. Okay, next, I talked about this a week or two ago when I got it. This is the Avon Elements Skin Revitalize Instant Radiance Lotion with SPF 20, and it is broad spectrum sunscreen. I've been using this, you know, in the mornings as my lotion. I would say that this is, now obviously I'm going to be 40, so this is not really doing anything for like fine lines and wrinkles or any kind of treatment. This is just, you know, a basic good moisturizer for the morning with some sunscreen in it. This is the perfect product for somebody who, I mean, I would definitely give this to, you know, like the teenagers who are just kind of getting started with skincare, and particularly if they have normal to combination, you know, skin, pretty typical teenager skin, but not too overtly oily. I don't know how I feel about it with somebody who has oily skin, because with the sunscreen in it, when you apply it at first, it does sort of have a little bit of a tackiness to it that is reminiscent of the way some sunscreens feel on the skin, but that does go away. It does over, you know, 10 or 15 minutes, I don't know, however long. I've never tested to see how long it takes before I don't feel it anymore, but it does go away and your skin will feel soft and smooth. That's not a feeling that will last all day long like some sunscreens where you just want to get home and wash them off. It's also a good product for somebody who really doesn't wear makeup, because it does have the sunscreen and it's pretty light, so they could kind of carry it with them. You know, it's a good one for the face, where if they're going to be outside all day long, they can kind of reapply it, and they're getting a little bit of moisture along with the sunscreen benefits, so it's perfect for that. It's also the perfect product for somebody, if somebody is a little more mature, but they just have never, you know, nobody ever taught them about skincare, and they've never really tried products, and they're a little hesitant to get into it, and they have that sort of, well, I didn't do it all these years, why should I start now? This is a good product to kind of start with. If that sort of describes you and you're not really sure what you're doing, start with this, and then sort of as you go, you'll start to figure it out. You'll start to figure out, well, I'm thinking I'm a little more oily than I realized, or I realize I'm a little more dry than I thought, and I need a little extra moisture, and then you can kind of change your product up from there, but this is a good one to sort of start with for that. Next is an eyeshadow quad. This is one of the True Color eyeshadow quads, and this is in Femme Fatale. And if you want these, the True Color eyeshadows, you need to get them now. They're on clearance prices right now, and I can tell you that when they're gone, they're gone. There's going to be a huge change in these. The product will not be the same, the palettes will not be the same, the layout will not be the same. None of it's going to be the same. So if there are any of these that you like or are interested in, or have thought about getting, or have wanted to get but have kind of put off or whatever, you know, get them while it's hot. Okay, so this one is Femme Fatale, and the colors include Innocence, Gilded Lady, Plum Seduction, and Midnight Green. So obviously this is going to be Innocence, Gilded Lady, Plum Seduction, and Midnight Green. And I am wearing this today. I do have this lightest shade sort of all over the base of the lid, and then just under the brow bone. Excuse my itch. And then I have Gilded Lady kind of, you know, across the crease. So let me do a quick swatches for you. The Gilded Lady actually has really good color payoff. I didn't know whether it would or not, but it actually really did. So you can see that, let's see if I can do this. These two are matte, and then this one and this one have sort of some shimmer, some reflective funness to them. And let me just run them across my hand so you can kind of see how they do. So, you know, this one's pretty light. Obviously, it's a match for my skin, so I don't know how well you'll be able to see that one on camera, but... Okay, next is a lipstick. This is one of the Totally Kissable lipsticks in Plum Intrigue. Nice, fun, sparkly, reflective metal packaging, which I like. These lipsticks are really comfortable on the lips. I do have this on right now. And I actually am kind of in love with this color because it's a nice plummy color. On my lips, because I have very dark pigmentation naturally on my lips, I kind of come out with a bit of a brown base. If I, you know, sort of to it, kind of a brown undertone. That's just my lip color bleeding through. If I don't, you know, line and fill in my lips. For those of you who have very light pigmentation, you know, very pale pink, more of kind of a nude sort of pigmentation to your lips, the plum is going to be gorgeous on you if your lip color kind of shows through. But this has substantial pigmentation, so you know, it's not one that you need to worry about. It's not so sheer that you need to just expect that your lip color will bleed through it, as you can see. And it does have some nice shine and slickness to it. It's very comfortable to wear on the lips, so really enjoying that. Next is a perfume. I have, this is like the smaller travel bottle. This is Far Away. This is an Avon, I wouldn't call it a classic, but it's been around for a really long time. And I have been wearing it all week. And I did a full blog post on it, so I will link that blog post below just to save some time. I won't kind of go into too much of a description about how it is, but this is one of those fragrances, when I put it on for the first time, just based on the description, I was not sure if I was going to like it, because it is a floral, but this is the warmest, softest, kind of deep, floral, perfect floral for daytime, and I don't mind it at all. I actually happen to quite like it. So if you want to kind of read more about that, it's down on my blog post below, but yeah, it's really nice fragrance. I do highly recommend it. Next is an eyeliner. This is a Sonia Kashuk eyeliner, and the color is Purple Passion. It is number 5 as far as the packaging goes, but if you are looking at the liner itself, it has L08 printed on it. So I don't know if one is, you know, if it's different in another country and whether that L08 matters at all. This is a nice violet plum eyeliner. And for Sonia Kashuk products, these are really not super duper expensive. It is a deep sort of smoky color of plum. It's a violet, but it almost kind of gives you a hint of sort of eggplant a little bit. It's very deep violet. And it's interesting because I don't know if, well, you can kind of see it. The product sort of, there's sort of an iridescence that comes to it as you sort of use it. So there is kind of a hint of something in there that sort of shows through, but really you're going to get this deep smoky color. I do have it lining my upper lid today. And it's really easy to kind of smudge. I like to use just a flat eyeliner brush. I just use it straight from the tube. I use it straight from the stick, and then with a thin flat eyeliner brush I just kind of go over it. Just to make sure there isn't any creasing or anything, I just kind of smooth it over and smudge it just a little bit. So really easy to work with. This is the one product I'm not wearing. I was wearing this actually earlier in the week and just recently switched over to the Plum Intrigue. I've shown you guys this before. I actually did one of my original Slushy show and tell videos on this. Mark Gloss Gorgeous Stay On Lip Stain, and the color that I have is in Showy. I will link it down in the information bar below so you can take a look. It just shows me applying it so you can kind of see up close and personal how it works and what it looks like going on. Whew, I'm getting curly. Anyway, so this is a lip stain. These last on your lips a really long time, and I really love them. The payoff is amazing. It's kind of a deep berry color. The payoff is really good. It's a brush applicator at the tip, and you kind of click it up, you know, until you get it. And you can make the most precise edges with this. I mean, you don't need to worry about lining your lips or anything. I don't know what it is about the shape of this brush, because it's just like any other, you know, brush that you've seen on a lot of these products, but I mean, you can really sculpt the edge just with this. You don't need anything else, and I really love that. So anyway, like I said, I will link that below. These last for a really long time on the lips, and they're very comfortable. They're not super drying at all. And the last thing I'm going to show you today, this is one of the CoverGirl Instant Cheekbones Contouring Blush. And the color, it's number 210 in Peach Perfection. I love these. Okay, this is one of the ones that has the 3 different colors. They do come with a little brush. I mean, you can see that I haven't used the little brush, but you can use it in a pinch. So it has this, you know, a deep peach shade, kind of a middle toned, you know, peach shade, and then sort of a highlight tone peach shade. These are amazing because, first of all, the pigmentation is awesome. Second of all, you get color options, so whatever color you feel like, you know, busting out, you can. And you also have contouring options with this, which is amazing. And I am wearing it today. I didn't use any bronzer. This, I actually did a little bit of sculpting here with sort of the darkest, you know, peach color. And my highlight is the highlight from here, including the highlight down my nose, which you can see. Ooh, it's so humid here. It looks like I'm sweating. I'm not sweating. That's literally the moisture in the air, like, beating on my skin. It's craziness. Anyway, I don't know why my hair's going to be wet before. I don't even know why I've dried my hair. Anyway, but you can see the nice kind of reflective quality that I'm getting sort of down the center of the nose. That's this. That's nothing else. And these are products that nobody really talks about because they've been around for forever and they don't get any love, and I don't know why they don't. These are kind of staples in, you know, the CoverGirl line. These blushes and the eyeshadows, they've sort of been around for forever. And these are the perfect example of products that when these little 20-something girls are coming on here on the internet, all these young girls are watching with the expectation that these girls really know what they're talking about. When these girls say, I've always known since I was little, but, you know, drugstore products were never any good, blah, blah, blah. This is me calling BS on you guys. Okay, because these products have been around for forever, and they are freaking amazeballs. It's good stuff, and it's cheap. Okay, so let me just give you a little swatchy poo. And you can see, I mean, you can even see it just like on my fingers. You barely have to tap it, and you get good color payoff. And you barely have to tap it with your brush, and you get really good. I mean, seriously. Okay. Can you see the color that's coming from that? Now the highlight is, you know, you're not going to be able to see the color of the highlight because it blends pretty well with my skin tone. But, I mean, seriously, you guys, I just tapped into that, and you get that kind of color. But at the same time, you're not going to get, like, you're not going to overdo it on accident. You're not going to get that clown look. These blend so beautifully and so easily. I mean, look at that. They're just amazing. So this is me calling BS on all these little girls. Because CoverGirl has had blushes and eyeshadows that are just, you know, have had this consistency and this color payoff for forever. You know, forever. I mean, since I was little, and I was little in the early 70s. And they were around, I mean, they've been around. So they've always had these. These were some of the products that I played with when I was a kid. They've always had amazing blushes and eyeshadows. So if you've never checked those out, or if you bypass them all the time because they're just always there and you're always looking at the new stuff, stop doing that, because they really have some amazing products in kind of the old school product category, right? And, you know, even if it's not this specific color or this specific layout, or, you know, things have changed over the years in some ways, it doesn't really matter. You know, whether this exact palette existed 20 or 30 years ago does not really matter. The point is that they have always had this kind of quality product. Always. So, go check it out. Okay, well, I'm going to take my wet hair. I mean, look, it's starting to curl in front of you. This hair right here is literally actually wet, and I'm not sweating. Like, I'm not hot at all. This is moisture from the air that is on my face. It looks like I splashed my face with water. this is how humid it is here today. It is ridiculous. So I hope this was helpful and gave you at least some basic information to get you started with some of these products. If you have any questions about any of them, or if anything that you would like me to clarify or talk a little more in detail about, then just ask me down in the comment section below. Okay, so I'm going to take my humid self and I'm going to go, and don't forget, if you're new to my channel, to subscribe and introduce yourself, because I want to get to know you as well. So say hi, tell me your name, give me a little spiel about you, and that's it. I will see you next time. Bye.